Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If you heard those sounds during the intro, that was my daughter sneezing all the way upstairs. Obviously, it's allergy season over here in our house. Um, I do see lots of people already checking in on the comments, so thank you guys so much for that. I see Virginia, Lisa, Barbara's here, Annette's here checking in from Montreal. Miss Michelle is here, Maria checking in, Susan. So I'm so happy to see you guys. Heather's here too. Tonight we are going to be playing with the Chasing Rainbows stamp set, which I told you guys on Thursday last week would be our first like new non-sneak peek stamp set we would use. And I'm excited to use this because we're going to be pairing it with the Rainbow Swirls pattern paper. And I told you last week, I love it so much and I want to use it, but it's not something I would normally know how to use. This is the paper we're going with. This is the piece. And it's not my style, and I have never used anything like it. So obviously, we have to go head first into it and try it together live so that we can figure out how to make it work with how my brain works all together. Because if I get stumped, I know you guys will help me. And I'm sure that other people are in the same boat because it's such a unique paper pad. So let's see. My dad's also here checking in. Hey, Dad. My mom's here too, to be fair. Jody is here checking in. Allie's here. Kim, Karen made it in. Lovely, lovely to see everybody. Let me go ahead and switch us over. There we go. So here are all of the key players for today. So like I said, we have two new guys here to hang out, Chasing Rainbows and Rainbow Swirls. And anytime that I'm using something new and I'm nervous about how it's going to work or what I'm going to do, the safety blanket that I can give myself every time is an old favorite. So I grabbed the Hello Sunshine word dies from my stash. I used these a few times when they first came out. They've just been kind of sitting patiently waiting for me to remember that they're there. So this is what it looks like once it's all stacked together. So you get the shadow piece, you get the hello and the sunshine. Super cute. And I thought it would be a really good fit for these. With that being said, I haven't fully committed yet to which stamp I want to use with it, right? We could kind of, depending on size, my concern is if we put this on the edge of the hello, that it might not fit on the card. So I figured the roller skating unicorn is definitely an option, but also this one that we said was kind of doing the splits right on top of the hello, I feel like would be cute. So that's the like a backup plan. That's where we might be headed with this one. Oh snap, my aunt's here too, and Raquel's here. So yeah, since my aunt just checked in, I have to show you guys, if you've been here for my nail journey before, you know it's been a process. There we go. I finally have some new nails. Last week's was like the test week. I'm very excited. I feel like me again. So yeah, let's start. Oh, I also grabbed, what is this? It's something sign. What's the yellow? Pink and Maine. I have a big stack of it from Create, but it doesn't have the name on the packaging. Let's see, paper. It's not school bus. It's street light. That's what it is. So I have some street light cardstock because I think those yellows look pretty good together. In person, they look a little closer. This looks a little more like greeny maybe on here, but it's not. Maybe it's just compared to them that low. You know that the light also affects it. I promise in person they look very similar. So I brought that in for some backup. Let's go ahead and stamp. That's not going to work either. Let's start by cutting out, trimming down my paper. That's Susan. My nails coordinate with the card. It's perfect, right? I'm so excited for fall and fun, like fall and Halloween nails now. All right, so let's start with this and let's just start playing around with placement, some measurements. Let's see what's going on. Do I have the die for chasing rainbows? Can you show die cut the rainbow with the paper? Oh, can I somehow die cut the rainbow with the paper and layer the unicorn back on? Maybe. I'm not sure. But so that's the hello. I do have all the coordinating dies. I just have them all tucked into that same packaging. So my stamps go on one side and that goes on the other. So of course there's dog hair on everything. All right, so that's what our hello is going to look like as far as spacing. Oh yeah, that might work because we can tuck this little part of the rainbow under the hello. Maybe, I think that's really cute. Maybe like Michelle was saying, like mess around a little bit with what's going under and what's over. How do I want to do that? All right, I think I have a plan. I think what I'm going to do is stamp 2 of these. We're going to die cut both. We're going to color the rainbow as one and put it behind. And then we'll, still with it die cut first, we'll fussy cut the unicorn and the cloud, and they can go over. So like her little mane can come over the edge and the cloud can come over the edge of the bottom without covering too much. And then the rainbow can be underneath. That's what we're going to do. Man, the whole family's here. Love it. So thank you, Michelle. We can somehow do that, and you are wonderful. I see Teresa's checking into. Dawn's here. Monroe, SV Monroe. Monroe is checking in from, I think that's Connecticut. Perfect. Okie dokie. So let's start for real this time with stamping out our unicorn now that we know which one we're going to use. And we're going to need her twice. I'm going to be stamping onto Copic Express It paper. We're going to be using all those, I think, again tonight, but for now, until I can do more research on, let's do it this way, and we can, I think we'll be able to just rotate it around. Until I can do a little more research on paper, I'm just going to stick with what I have and try to learn to be more light-handed, you know, something fun and new for me. Hey, Peggy, thanks for checking in. I had a little bit of a rough night trying to get out of work on time. I left pretty late and then was trying to get everything scheduled. So I blanked on sharing the live links to the groups that I usually do, the Facebook groups. So I literally just popped the links in right before I hit live on the computer. So hopefully, maybe some of you guys are popping in because you saw the link in the moment. It's nice to schedule things ahead of time, but sometimes it's nicer to just be able to catch somebody in the moment while they're actually free to do something about it, you know? That's always a fun part of lives, is trying to juggle getting my microfiber. I got that real easy. peel her up. And that one can be for those. So if this one is just hearts or just the rainbow, that's fine. This one can be just where we're coloring the rainbow. Now, the other thing that I am not sure of is how or what I want to do about like what order our pattern paper and solid papers are going in. So I'm thinking a white layer for the shadow part of our word die and yellow letters. That was my first thought. So then we could either do a white matte with that very colorful background, or the colorful background as the matte, or the colorful matte, this dumb fly, with the white. I think if we're gonna go for the pattern, we go for the pattern, right? Stop being a big baby about it, Caitlin, and just go for the color. I am gonna warn you now, I'm going to cut this in a very weird way instead of just cutting it in half, because I want the whole rainbow of colors represented. So, oh, good. Peggy said that she saw the post and was able to jump in right away. So maybe I'll try that a couple more times, Peggy. Maybe that'll help, because people just get so busy. I feel like we just forget. Yes, Lisa, we can definitely do one with that one that's doing the splits because he's cute. I see Dawn's here, Darcel's checking in, Sharon's checking in too, Misty's here. Okay. Trying to get an idea of where I can trim this, that I have all the colors. So let's start with 5 1/4. And I think I really like this part. I think I really want some of that in there. So let's trim away from the bottom. So 5 1/4 by 4. That looks pretty cool. So we should have a nice little tiny white border the whole way around. This fly is going to get it. And he's stupid, and he just keeps banging right into that lamp, into that LED light. All right, let's just make sure before we put in all this work that this plan is going to actually work out for me. So I still think Hello Sunshine both in the yellow, because it'll be cute, because it'll be like not directly over the yellow part of the pattern. Let's go Hello Sunshine. We're gonna have to get a little creative with some of these colors. We might have to mix in some Copics and some Olos for this one, because I want to try to match that color scheme, that pattern paper color the best that I can. And it might be a little, it'll definitely be different than what we normally do. We'll put it that way. So these are going into my big shot. Right through. Oh, good. I only lost one letter, because this is one that you have to actually like piece them. The sunshine is one word, or sorry, is like one piece, but the hello is all separate. Okay, so still working on my glue. Just pretend this Lawn Fawn bottle is pink, okay? Let's get the O in place. Even though you have to do these separate, I do think they go together pretty easily. And you can always like hold them up and go across too, but I think they're not too difficult to map out yourself. Hey Lori, you're all good. You didn't miss anything important. Just some plotting, some mild plotting. Sharon, if I didn't say hi, this is me saying hi. Let's see, Amy's watching from Wisconsin. Miss Judy B's here. Oh goodness, Virginia said that she's having some issues with Instagram booting her out. Has anybody had issues with that? I have not, but that sounds terrible. I think I'd freak out. So yeah, if anybody has advice for Virginia, let her know. Just working our way across. I hope everybody had a good weekend and a decent Monday. Okay, so we're going to get everything except, what is it, the tittle for the eye? The dot of the eye, that's what it's called, right? You'd think I'd seen enough, like Kathy Zilski, Jennifer McGuire, who else talks about that all the time? Laura Basson, you know, just the queens. I say out of love because I did get to meet Laura Basson and Jennifer McGuire, and they were extremely kind. And I didn't get to meet Kathy because she wasn't going, but she did chit chat with me online about her not going before that. So, which was also very good. Sorry. I think this one did not quite cut right, which I'm sure has much more to do with my die cutting machine being old and falling apart. It has to do anything with the die. We might have to cut a second one of these. Yeah, this H is not going to work out. Okie dokie. Let's try that again. Here, before I completely trash it, my only other concern is that doing yellow on yellow where they overlap might be a little weird because I feel like that's why in the Maybe we can like ink blend. I just don't know what other color to use because I feel like none of the other colors I have work great with this paper. And I definitely don't want to do black. That's going to be super harsh. But I feel like my pink is very pink, where that's like corally. My green is like that moss green is just too green. What about you? That could be interesting to use some toner paper. That blue's not exact, but it's not bad. I might actually have a green and toner paper that's like that green. There it is. That like garden, right? What are these? Garden toner sheets has some interesting colors. Let's see what's in there. I'm definitely willing to sacrifice the toner. Oh, Michelle said her mom uses the Nina 110 pounds for her Olos and it's working out. How is your mom? Hope she's well. She's so nice. All right, that is definitely not the right green. Ooh, that purple is really close. That purple could be fun. Even orange could be fun. Blue. Blue is leading in my mind right now. Oh, no, it's that. That corally orange is like the perfect color. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Good, Michelle. Love that. Okay, let's cut a tiny piece of this toner sheet. This time, make sure that I cut correctly. See, so this was a hidden gift. Happy accidents, right? Just little happy accidents. If it had come out perfect, I wouldn't have questioned the color. And we might not have gotten a ton of contrast. It might have been hard to read. No, we don't have to worry about that. This one's going to be very easy to read. I like that it's going to be shiny. Our background paper is shiny. And I like that it's going to contrast with that yellow. It's not shiny. Look at that. And the whole thing just popped right out. So we definitely know it cut right. There we go. Look how, see, now you can, yep, 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 yep. Toner paper to the rescue. And I'm sure there are people out there who are like toner sheet people. What did I do with the tittle? No, there. We're like, oh my God, I can't believe you just cut that apart. But it's not doing me any good just sitting in that bin. Better this than not using it, right? And I tore off that little sticky sheet. So now we're gonna just get started here. Okay, you guys are scraps. Let's get this sunshine in place. Right, Lisa? I feel like at first glance, this pattern paper seems like so much, but I just knew as soon as I saw it that there was going to be a fun way to use it. Which if you look at this and you don't think it's too much or so much, I envy you. There's definitely nothing wrong with that either. Um, it's just not a paper that I would have sought out on my own. But I love the colors and I love the idea of it. Okay, So that sunshine, I like to put the ends, the S and the E in place, and then kind of shift everything to where it wants to sit with the bottom lines. Because if you start from one side and just work your way across, the chances are that it is gonna not line up correctly. Go in our little tittle, right? Hello, sunshine. So good. We know that our unicorn and our cloud are going to get popped up. So I'm going to go ahead and glue our pattern paper down flat, but we're not going to attach our words yet because we're going to want to put the rainbow underneath of our letters. So we'll hold off on that one. That can get put together and that's together. So now we have something to kind of build on. And honestly, like that by itself is pretty cute. You could just end there, put some sequins, maybe some gems, hello sunshine, and that's super cute too, if you really want to try to simplify this paper. Okie dokie. Let's do some coloring. Therese is on board. Oh, look, yeah, Dawn knows from Obits, Virginia. She knows all kinds of stuff on there. So check out what she wrote in that comment for you. All right, let's start with our cloud because that's an easy peasy. Like the loudest cricket. What the heck is that? Literally the loudest. Do we have like, I didn't think we had cicadas here, but if we do, it's screaming in my backyard. All right, we're going in with cool gray number 3, adding some shading to the bottom, all the way across the bottom. Then I'm also going to add just a little bit to the left-hand side of these little puffs because our words are going to be on the left. So maybe it's like blocking some of the light, maybe. We're going to jump all the way to 1 and just start pulling that color out. We're going to be leaving the bulk of this white. Find 0 and make sure we don't have any harsh lines where that cool gray meets that. Go. So just enough shading that we get a little definition. We did like a purpley. No, we didn't. That was I did that on my video. If you guys missed it, in case you did, I made a fun sister card for my shark card that we did last week. It looks like this. And I shared all of how I made it on my YouTube channel, which is linked in the description. So if you want to see how this card got made, if you saw the shark live last week, the unicorn one is on my channel. You can go check it out now. Well, not now, after this. Go check it out after this. Okay, thank you, Karen. So I think I want, I don't know. Maybe purple. I'm just thinking it could be fun if we have like the corally and the yellow, but doing like the green, purple, and blue on the unicorn, and then the whole rainbow as the rainbow would be fun. A fun way to kind of mix it up. So maybe she's purple, that like lilac-y purple, and then um, the like peely green and blue for her mane, maybe. Um, oh, I would just smacked the fly. Oh no, he's back up. He's fine. Yeah. So how am I going to match this purple? What am I going to use to match this purple? I guess is the question. So we have our oils, and we also have our Copics. I want to match this purple. So these kind of look really close. These are fives, and then maybe if we brought in like a little RV as the highlight. Mm, RV like 55 over here. Let's try it with, I'm just worried that that's too rosy. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the RVs. RV 55. 2. And I need it darker. It's going to be darker. Maybe R56. All right, let's try that out for our little unicorn body. So we're going to start with R56, our darkest shade. That ear is pretty tucked. I'm going to go around her little hairline on the outsides of her face. I'm going to leave her nose white. The under part of her arm. That arm you can't even see. The back of her little body. And then the under part of her legs. Under her face. Right, we're going to go to RV 55 to blend that out. And RVs always dry back different than they look when you're applying them. Keep that in mind. But I think this one, that RV 52, that cotton candy color is going to be what really brings this all together. And it's going to bring in that color like the background. I mean, I think that looks pretty close to me. Love that. We need some more of our cool gray. So we're going to go all the way cool gray. We're going to go to 9 on the back part of each. Oh. And then we'll use 7 in the middle. 3 colors, so this is not necessary. Just don't want it to look black. And then we bring in some C3 again for her belly. And spread her nose. Same as before, we're going to go to 1. And then our 0. And then dry back. She needs like a fun golden yellow. That was Y025, and we'll go to 3. Swear. Oh, this is literally driving me crazy. There's only one. There's only ever one. And then I get rid of that one, and then one more takes its place. All right, so for this green, this is looking very like a BG25. Sorry, 2.5. Maybe in that 2 family. So let's bring in some of that. 2.5, 2.3. So I want to split her mane and her tail, I think. So let's do this part here. Just kind of emphasizing those artist drawn lines. We can split her bangs as well. And then I'm thinking this whole thing is made. So maybe this will be our split mark. We're going to go to, that was 2.5, so we'll go to 2.4. And then some 2.3. Oh, I missed her here. Yeah, thanks. Me and Lisa realized that at the same time, I think, that I missed that ear. Oh, okay. And then we need this like bright, true blue. I think it looks kind of like that 2.6, 2.4, 2.2. Yeah, that'll work. Should have left all these colors out because we're going to need them for this rainbow. All right, so I'm going to go in with that 2.6. Let me rotate this so you can actually see a little of what I'm doing? I really hope you can hear that fly banging into that light. It's very entertaining. All right, 2.4. And, okay, 2.2. Go underneath that darker pink. All right, so that is our super cute unicorn who I think matches our little background very nicely. Bye, Karen. Oh, yeah, Darcel caught it too with the ear. Yeah. Virginia, when I did the connectors for the Olos, I literally took them all apart and then put them in order the best that I could. So I've like 2.4 and 2.2, 2.6, and then the next lowest one is 4.3. So they're not exact. And I'm hoping as they come out with more colors in general, it'll be even easier to get them exact. But I figured that was the best shot that I had. All right, for this rainbow, let's see. Red, yellow, green, blue, purple. So we're gonna have an extra. I kind of want to keep, let's just start over here and figure it out. Because I kind of want to do the red and yellow on this side versus the inside so that they're opposite, right? It'll be like red and yellow under, or orange and yellow under the unicorn, and then purple and blue and all of that under the letter. So they're like flip-flopped. So for that kind of orangey corally color, we're just gonna lean real hard on all of these charts. Looks like kind of that OR 2.3, 2.2. And I think 2 colors is going to be more than enough for what we're doing. 2.3 and 2. Jump up to 2.2. We're just going to put the darker part of our shading on the left for all of these as well. Not because that's right or wrong, it's just the decision I made with the clouds, so I'm just going to keep it up. Let's go to match our horn. We're going to go to YO 2.3. Trying to tell like what's what with the non-colored one is weird. And we might just have to bring in like an extra bonus pink or something. I'm not sure what to do with this inner one. Or glitter. Maybe our last rainbow strip is just glitter or like a darker purple. Maybe we'll do that. Like a darker purple and then a lighter purple. All right. The greens we used were at AG. So again, these are just the same colors we used for our unicorn. So that everything looks nice and cohesive. And 2.4. Two the leaves. Let's go. The darkest are 56. And then the middle are the 55. And most of this pink last one's going to get covered up anyway. So RV 55 again, just a tiny bit. And then 52. There we go, that'll work. I think that's so fun. So good. All right, let's see if we can manage to pull this off. Hey, Sherry. Glad to see you made it. Yeah, Darcel, I think that counts, right? As like a pink and a purple. I think we're good. Trying to figure that rainbow out. I love you guys so much for always helping me. Um, so Lisa, I do like the Olos. I am still having, I wouldn't say a hard time. I'm still adjusting to slash learning how to use them where I'm not flooding my paper. And that is more to do with me and the paper, I'm sure, than the markers themselves. They just have a different kind of um, like ink system basically than the Copics that I'm used to. They're a free flowing where the Copics have some kind of like suction basically that gets created between because of the dual end and the way that the caps are on. Because if you've ever used a Copic and the ink is just like flowing out and you need it to stop, if you remove the back cap, it changes how the ink comes out. So I'm assuming that that's like a big part of it, right? But the Olos are just like a free flowing, and the nib is not quite as small on the end. So I'm just still getting used to it, and for very little detailed things, it's going to take some time, or those might be times when I still reach for my Copics first. I am not ever planning on them replacing my Copics, but there are, even with how many Copic colors there are, I still have plenty of gaps in my collection. Um, and I don't have all the markers, to be fair, but the places where I'm missing um, ones that they have, I feel like don't fill the need of the actual colors that I'm looking for. So I do think that Olos have a huge opportunity to kind of fill in some color gaps for me. Um, so yeah, in general, I do very much like them. So here's my idea for this. I die cut out both options. I'm gonna leave this one. Actually, I'm gonna trim this one like that because we don't need extra. We don't need extra, you know? And I'm going to leave the white edge everywhere that it would be. So when these link up, they sit exactly where they should be. But I'm going to go in around the unicorn and the cloud, everywhere where there's not naturally that white border. And I'll probably edge these with a black marker too, because it'll make them sink in. And this is definitely not a necessary step. You could probably just pop them right on top of this or tuck them under that board die. But Michelle asked a question and it only seems right for me to try to answer it, you know? I'm gonna have to color this part around her tail. What color should you be? Yellow? No? She's gonna get popped up right there. All right, so let's see, cut the top of our cloud. And I'm gonna take a water-based marker, black pen, and anywhere that I trimmed where there's a black outline. So I'm skipping all of this part that has the white border from the die, but we want all of these edges. I don't know if I can show you. So like, see how right around that little hoof, there's like a little halo of white. If we put that up against the color or black, that's going to stick out. But if we run a little black ink right over the edge, that disappears. And so it helps hide the cut basically, especially because we're going to be popping this over parts that have already been stamped. So we have our hello. We have our tucked more than that. Right, like that. I think like that's pretty good. I'm going to washi this together for a second so I can flip it over and tape it for real from the back. Okay, we're going to add this to our card as one piece. That. Right, and now we need some foam. I'm gonna cut. So I have a skin cut. Yeah, fussy cutting is literally the worst. It's my least favorite thing about all of card making. And yet I continue to do things like this to myself on a somewhat regular basis, where I end up either having to fussy cut masks or like images. But I do know I do it to myself. All right, so I'm holding this up, looking at it straight on. I think you can definitely still tell that's an E under there, but we get just that little bit of pop. And I like that it hangs over the edge. Okay. And now this will be the real test. Who would have thought this would be like, not that this was a fast one, but I've been taking a while on some of our cards lately. This one really isn't that bad. I thought it was going to be way longer. Right, such a pain, but 100% for like worth it. Okay, same thing. I would normally like stand up over this, but I don't really want you guys staring at my head, the back of my head. So looks pretty close. Show you guys up close so you can see how she's popped up. So you get that like perfect. Oh my gosh. I don't love that this starts right in the middle, but I can't fix that. Like I can't do anything about that now. And I'm not cutting a second cloud to go up there. That's too much. So it is what it is. I like it a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Very fun. So that is our cute little card. And because there's already so much going on, I think I'm going to skip um, Sparkle for tonight. I think we're gonna not add any sequins. Um, I do think that like a little loose glitter around the cloud would be cute, but I'm not tempting fate. I think it turned out really good. And so I'm just going to let it be as it is. But I think our colors turned out really fun. I definitely love the big die cut words with it. I think it balances her out really nicely. And it's fun to use some fun colors and some fun paper that I would not use on my own. At least said sparkle's always cute. I do think it would be cute. I'm not gonna tempt fate. We're gonna leave it the way it is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on this wild ride with me tonight. I hope that you enjoyed this one. I definitely love this stamp set. I will use it again so that we can use that other image for Lisa. But if anyone else has requests for what we should do on Thursday, you can go ahead and leave me a comment between now and pretty much Thursday morning, and I will see what I can do. And that can be for an occasion you want to see, a color scheme you want to see, products, general themes, if it's foil, if it's coloring, paper piecing, whatever you want, just let me know and I will get it on the list. But otherwise, I hope that you guys have an amazing night, a good day tomorrow, and I will see you back here on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And until next time, guys, happy crafting. Have a good night.